Hey there guys, this is Robin Hood, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the AK-74M assault rifle in Battlefield 3. Now at this point the game has been out for a little over, barely actually, over a year and a half. And so for one of the more popular assault rifles it is kind of late to be doing a review. But this is pretty much the first time, and I've been playing since day one of Battlefield 3, that I've legitimately picked up this weapon. Every now and then, I'd picked it up when I was out of ammo and kit swapping, that kind of stuff. But recently I was playing with my friend Mike and Huge, and he died. I was out of ammo, so I picked up his kit. And, this weapon, this is what he was using. He had the setup I'm using here, which is a Cobra sight and a heavy barrel. And he may have had a foregrip, I'm not sure. But the point is that I picked this thing up and went on an epic streak. And I was like, man, this gun's actually good. I don't know why I've never tried it before, because I play the assault class a lot. So I went ahead and jumped into some team deathmatch here and tried to see what I could get done with this weapon. And I've got to tell you guys, I like it a lot. It's obviously not, an M16A3. It's not the super weapon, but for me, I'd say it's actually close. It is a very, very good gun when used in the right settings. So statistics-wise, this gun has very low recoil, and that is also helped by the fact that it has a slow fire rate of 650 rounds per minute. Now this is 50 rounds slower than my main gun, the AUG-A3, and it is about 150 rounds, or exactly 150 rounds slower than the M16A3, which is shooting 800 rounds per minute. So it is not your fastest firing assault rifle, and it has the same damage model as all the other assault rifles. So within 10 meters you're going to be doing 25 damage, and that's going to drop off to 50 meters where you will be doing 18.4 from then on. And with the heavy barrel, which is what I am using, that drop off is going to be out to around 60-65 meters there. So the heavy barrel definitely helps with that, and with this gun I definitely recommend a heavy barrel. And, with most assault rifles, you're going to want to use a heavy barrel unless you are playing close quarters, want to use a suppressor. I've seen a lot of people running around with suppressors on the F2000 on the close quarters maps, because that just takes you off the mini-map. But the range you should be using this assault rifle at is not going to be really benefited by using a suppressor, which is going to slow down the bullet speed and make it less effective at range. And this gun, because of the slow fire rate, you'll see every now and then I am going to pull off some close quarters kills, but you definitely want to be using this at medium to long range. So you want to set yourself up in engagements that are going to benefit that range, and that was no problem for me since I used the AUG, which of course is still faster firing than this, but it's not by much, and 50 rounds per minute does make quite a difference, but it is still one of the guns you don't really want to be using heavily close quarters, except the AUG having a bullpup design. DICE benefits that by giving it a closer hipfire spread, so that is one thing that the AUG does have close quarters over this gun here. But as you can see there, the AK-74M just burst firing there and taking out two guys at, I'd say that's like medium long range, not extremely long range, but fairly effective. Now, as to the sights you would want to use on this gun, that's just preference. I prefer the Cobra sight over the red dot just because it takes up less of the screen space, and at this point I've used it so much I've just gotten used to that reticle more so than the dot actually. But as to your attachments, without a heavy barrel, this gun almost has no serious kick. It does not, pull really hard any direction, and it is, due to the slow fire rate mixed with that, very, very manageable. Its initial upward pull without the heavy barrel is 0.28, and then it goes 0.2 to the left and 0.3. With the heavy barrel, all that's going to change is that is going to go to a 0.3 on the upward recoil, and those of you that mainly use M16s A3s, if you are using a heavy barrel on the M16A3, that upward pull is going to be 0.299, and it's 0.3 on this, so it's going to feel almost exactly the same, aside from the fact that the M16A3 pulls right more. This one 0.2 to the left, 0.3 to the right on the AK-74M is going to be a little bit less predictable which direction it's going to jump, so it's not going to be that, diagonal down to the left pattern to control the recoil as much. But even so, those two left and right recoils being so close to each other kind of balance each other out and kind of help keep you on target. Now, as to whether or not to use a foregrip on this gun, if you're not using one on the M16, then you don't really need to use one on this. I personally recommend that if you can control the recoil, not using it, because that foregrip's just going to take away from your ability at range, although just by the slightest bit, that is where this gun is best at the medium to long range, and you don't really want to hinder that. And this recoil is so controllable even with the heavy barrel that I really don't see a need for a foregrip, so I'm not running with that one. But that's more preference, and obviously that foregrip is going to decrease that left and right recoil. And then you've also got attachments like the suppressor and flash suppressor, and those would decrease your upward recoil, but once again, those also are going to hurt you at range, which is, as I've said, where this gun is in its best. So unless you're trying to use this on a more close quarters map, or if you just want to really stay off that mini map in rush, I would not run with a suppressor or anything of the sort on this weapon. Now, as to the bullet travel speed on this weapon, you're looking at 600 meters per second, which is pretty much the average for the assault rifles. You've got the fastest as the AUG, which is going to fire 650 meters per second, and then you have also got on the slow end the G3A3, which outputs a lot more damage but only fires 500 meters per second and a very slow fire rate. So leading targets with this weapon really isn't too bad, and in most situations you really won't have to. As you can see, I don't really need to all that much unless it's the very long range situations. And you can see throughout these clips, I have encountered all types of ranges, obviously doing that best at the medium to long range every now and then, dying close quarters. But you can see, the hip fire, it does work, it's just not as good as some of your other weapons. Definitely not going to compare with a FAMAS or an AEK or an F2000. And right there you can see I'm going to get taken out by a sniper, but that guy in front of me should have killed me, because that there was another hipfire situation, and he just happened to not notice me, kind of be surprised as I jumped around that corner. But that hipfire takedown was by no means quick. And right here, once again, you see the medium range taking out these guys fairly quickly, and just doing a good job all around. Once again there, that guy going down. So this is definitely the range you want to play this gun. And these clips, it's just moving a little bit more slowly, using your cover. You don't want to be rushing right into enemies and all of that good stuff, because that will just get you killed. And there you can see I'm running back from a grenade, and right now I'm kind of surrounded. I think that's an enemy, so sorry for shooting you, teammate. Doesn't hurt you though, because of friendly fire not being on, and I'm just trying to take cover behind these cars. Now, in this specific clip, we are playing on Alborz Mountain, and the enemy team is kind of set up in all these rocks. There's a lot of cover, so I'm almost forced to move to some close range situations, which you're about to see here. And look at that guy up there in a crevice in the rocks. I'm suppressed. My aim wasn't perfectly on there, but that is a good range for this gun. That guy was also kind of head glitching, but that is going to be a spot that I am going to be able to take him down, and just using the capabilities of this gun at medium range. Once again, that recoil really isn't all that bad, as that guy gets blown to oblivion. I don't know if that was a grenade or a mortar, but whatever it was saved me. And there's a little bit of the closer range, and as I was reloading, I am going to go down there. Now this clip here is on Armored Shield, and at the end of it you guys are going to see one of the benefits of the slow fire rate. And that was a decently long range kill. You can see while I had to lead my target just a little bit, it really wasn't all that bad. Definitely, it's almost never as noticeable as with sniper rifles, even though they have very fast bullet travel speeds on those guns. But with the assault rifles, you know, you're not going for the types of kills that on the sniper you would notice needing to lead all that much. And this guy here, saw him through the back, he was spotted. But right here you guys are going to see one of the benefits of the slow fire rate. I'm going to be able to take out 3 guys with just my 1 magazine, because once they go down, you waste less rounds firing after you have killed your target, because the rounds aren't coming out as quickly. So once he goes down, you're able to stop firing before you've expended more ammunition. And this clip here is going to be the final clip. You can see I'm trying to heal up some. There's a ton of enemies down there. I realize that is not going to work due to the suppression, so I'm going to start moving up this left side along this wall. I'm going to try to stay at more medium range engagements, but in a second here I'm going to run into a guy close quarters, and that will get pretty hectic. As you can see, I see him on the mini-map, and this guy, I'm just kind of spraying and praying. We were right up against each other and he didn't see me. But anyways, I'm going to continue moving forward and take out several enemies to pretty much win the game here, as our team is about to meet our kill amount to win. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't tried out this gun yet, I highly recommend you do. It's fun to use, and I certainly enjoyed it. So hopefully this helped you guys. Thank you for watching, subscribe for more, and I will see you next time.